YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. Gonna bring you a live online battle, and I believe I have a replay for you also, but wanted to just kind of give you all a piece of advice. When you're going into quick battle, typically people are going to ready up quite quickly. So it's good to have like something kind of at the ready so that you may be able to choose your army in a hurry. And so one thing I was going to put together just real quick was I was going to put together a little empire, just a base build here. So I was going to go ahead and put my leader in and then make sure I have all the right abilities. I'm going to get this, I wonder if Blood Roar is worth it. 131. Surely so. Speed, Vigor, what's this one? Affects allies in range. I don't know, maybe it's worth it. So we got our Empire Lord there. I'm gonna get a couple Empire Captains. I don't think Hold the Lion ability, charge resistance, affects allies in range. Is it if they're braced or something? Ooh, it's expensive. I'm thinking maybe just bring these guys cheap as opposed to having all the extra frills on them. And then we'll have them ready with just your standard tank it out type of stuff. So I kind of just like to build a base to an army. And it's probably a good idea to have a wizard at most times. And I'm going to go with light wizard. I'm just going to put him down on foot. And really all I need with him is Dead of Amontok. The rest of his spells are rather worthless. Rather worthless. Yeah, I think I'm good. So yeah, we'll just get the cheap light wizard there just for the nets of Amontok, and I don't know if we need this arcane conduit. That's pretty expensive. And that's only good against undead, so I can turn it off if I'm going to play against undead, but I mean that's about the cheapest way to get it. So then what I can do then is just save this, and I'll just say Empire, we'll call it Light Wizard Base. So this just lets me know that I have an Empire build at the ready. And so all I have to do is select some units based on what my opponent picks. You can build whole armies there as well. But I'm just doing this so that it's easier for me. Like I said, if my opponent readies up quick, at least I've got like a base of heroes all ready to go with all of their stuff optimized the way I want. And it would be a matter of just simply tweaking a few things and picking some other units to go with me. So that's the idea behind putting something like that together, just so it leaves you some options to have a quick go-to. Obviously, a lot of people prefer to bring like whole builds, and you can. But sometimes it gets a little bit busy. I'm gonna flow with the Empire here, and I'll just show you. All you have to do is just go here to load army setup, and I can just grab this one, and it immediately throws that base army in there, and I can wait and see what my opponent picks. He's going to pick Clan Angrund, which means I'm quite likely to come up against ethereal thanes, and we know that magic damage is the way to take care of them. So I'm going to look at my options. So the Luminarch could be one option. Could be one option. So the Witch Hunter could be pretty good against those Thanes. I could replace my Empire Captains with a couple of Witch Hunters with their Accused. That might be somewhat worth it. Trying to think of the other stuff. These Silver Bullets Handgunners could be helpful as well. So yes, let's think about doing that. Then in terms of infantry, great swords are pretty expensive, and with all the buffs the dwarfs get, kind of worries me on whether or not they would pay off. Let's ditch these guys. Are nets of Amontok really necessary against the dwarfs? I don't think so. Let's get a couple of Witch Hunters. I think these guys, but I'll keep the nets just in case, just to be annoying. Let's get these guys. I'm going to get a fair bit of great swords, a couple of halberds, and then I want some cavalry. At least I think I do. Ooh, actually, I wonder if mortars would be good to pull the dwarfs forward, unless they bring a cannon. Could be a bad idea. Look at this, I talked about getting ready for the battle, and then I totally wasn't ready. I don't know. We'll just throw this together. We just got to make do with what we got. It's kind of an awkward army. If he doesn't bring any ethereal thanes, I'm going to cry, because then my witch hunters will be a lot less useful here. There's a pretty good while in between their ability to use the accuse, so we'll see how that works out. If he brings a lot of skirmishers, my handgunners are in trouble. Still got my Empire Captain who can fly around, and I'll try and make good use of that. But there was no need, I don't think, in bringing multiple flying lords.
Ready to hunt. We are Sigmar's heirs.
Got one cavalry, we'll send it out wide.
Mortar.
Get my mortar battery ready.
My Ulrich's rough.
Keep my skirmishers towards the back. I want my greatswords to engage the front line, and I'm hoping that maybe my halberds can get around and try and keep any slayers busy so that my other units can do some work. We got our light wizard. What's the range of my nets? 200 meters? It's a good range.
I condemn them. Right swords.
Got the witch hunters here. I should have gotten rid of this slippery ability. That's just a waste of money. Okay, let's see if this works out. Hopefully the dwarf didn't bring a cannon. If he brings a cannon, I'm not going to be real happy with my pick on the mortar. We'll just see what happens. I definitely have some of the right tools to deal with Clan Angrund. I'm going to actually stick my skirmishers out on the flanks because I don't think the dwarfs can catch me. If he has gyrocopters, might be a different story. I'm going to take these guys out. Hard group my infantry. Okay, he does have a grudge thrower. I would rather he have not had the grudge thrower. I'm going to open fire on the Peak Gate Guard.
To it! Take the ground! Yes! Sigmar call! Obey! Go! Sir!
She's got some dragonback slayers. Not super worried about the dwarf warriors. He does have the ethereal units. I can't underestimate the dragonback slayers. And he has some very good infantry. I'm gonna push my... He's firing at my mortar, which is actually kind of good. At least I think it is. If I can pull his dragonback slayers away, I might be able to get my lord in and get after his grudge thrower, because it's an expensive grudge thrower. Oh, he's got a rangers with great weapons out here. Let's pick at them a little. Keep our cavalry away. Try and pick at these guys a little. Let's push up. Attack the hammers. Push the handgunners up. I'm gonna kind of pull up within range here. Ooh, he's actually doing really good damage to my mortar. I'm gonna try and do some damage to these hammers. Run away over here. Watch the range on those guys. Oh yeah, this is a perfect opportunity to get that Thane. Let's pull our Witch Hunter back. Why are you not running from that? Okay, we got his Runesmith. Let's just run away. Keep my guys away from that. Okay, where's my Light Wizard? Okay. Where's my other Witch Hunter? Let's keep him safe. Let's put some of our shots into the back of this. Let's get these Rangers. I'm gonna go attack his Rune Lord real quick. Should be able to take out these Rangers with great weapons. I'm just gonna try and get some flank shots here. Let's take our Witch Hunter through the gap. Actually, let's bring them both over here by the Thane. Okay, the Rangers with great weapons got jacked up, but his Dragonback Slayers are on the way in. Buff these guys up. Get away from his Dragonback Slayers. How are we doing against the Rune Lord? Not great, but we're okay. These are crossbows there. 16 seconds. We can go ahead and use the accuse here. Ooh, get my cavalry away from that. Okay. Let's go over here. There we go.
Judgment is coming. Ready. Charge. Slay the heretic.
Okay. He gave up. The battle was not over yet, but he gave up, not liking his position. I suppose he's free to do that. I like to fight him to the end, but he went ahead and gave up on that one. I definitely think it was swinging in my favor. We got rid of his Runesmith very early with the magical attacks and the silver bullets. He didn't really have a good answer to the silver bullets because he didn't support his army. Like he kind of cheaped out a little bit here on the skirmish component, and it cost him because just a couple of units of Rangers or something like that would have been an extreme threat to the silver bullets. I would have had to try and work my cavalry in, which would have given his Dragonback Slayers an opportunity to work their magic. But the Witch Hunters here, very effective. You can see the amount of damage they put on King Lun Ironhammer, and then Thrawny Ironbrow took a accusation and then a bunch of magical bullets to the face. So it didn't work out good for him. Anyway, I said I was going to show you a replay. Yeah, I'm going to just keep the replay separate, so this is relatively simple, but hopefully that's a decent piece of advice. It's not like a groundbreaking piece of advice. And you can see there that I ended up having to switch up my build anyway. Because he picked Clan Angrund. And so maybe what I should do is, say, do something like this. So what I learned from that, well, that build seemed decent against Clan Angrund. So what I could do is I could go ahead and rebuild it and then maybe save it for later. So Clan Angrund, you're going to want magic attacks. And I'm going to bring my Witch Hunter. So we got them. The Witch Hunter also has these armor-piercing missile attacks, which can be pretty good at picking off a Lord if they get the right angle, and the Dwarfs are not fast, and they can't chase your guys down. And then Great Swords are good against armor. You definitely want anti-armor, and then that's why I brought the Halberds too, because they're anti-armor. And then again, here I'm banking on the fact that the Dwarfs don't have any speed to catch my skirmishers. If they were to bring gyrocopters, you'd have to be a little bit more careful, but you do have the Net of Amontok with the Light Wizard, and you've got your flying General of the Empire. So, and then I think to be just a little bit better with our money here, you get rid of the Slippery. We don't need to pay for that. This Light Wizard has everything you need against the Dwarfs, in my opinion. I mean, you could go ahead and bring like a Scroll of Shielding or something because it's cheap, and it gives you 67 seconds of a unit being 22% damage resistance. I mean, so that wouldn't hurt to just throw something like that in. I just brought a single Empire Knight, and you may not need more than that in order to try and just keep the Dwarf busy there. Let's see, what are we missing here? Silver bullets, crossbows, Empire Knight. Oh, yeah, I brought a howitzer here, or a mortar. I keep calling it howitzer. I've got my mind up in Napoleon Total War. The mortar can be a decent pick versus dwarfs, especially if they get like a really bunched up formation. It's pretty good against infantry. However, you always have the option of bringing a great cannon. They're really typically anti-large, but they have better range than any dwarf artillery, and if the dwarf brings artillery, like that grudge thrower, it can really mess them up because this thing can outrange all of it. I think the grudge thrower is 440, so it gives you just slightly better range on the great cannon. So I don't know, it's up to you. You can pick either one basically with the money that you have left, and I think either one gives you at least some opportunity. Now, one other way that you could be extremely annoying to the dwarfs, and I'm not recommending this because it's a bit cheesy. I'm going to go ahead and save this army setup here, so I could call this Empire Anti Angrund. So see, I can save this this army in case I want to pull up something fast, like so if someone picks Clan Angrund and readies up really quick. One other thing you could do to Clan Angrund to be a big time pain in the butt is you could bring this Luminarch of Hysh and then the Tempelhof Luminarch, and the Tempelhof Luminarch basically becomes a light wizard. Not quite as good because there's a lot more cooldown time on the nets, but you know, you still get nets, and so you could bring the two Luminarchs. You could still, and if you wanted to cheap up, again, it's the dwarfs. Do you have to have a flying lord? Probably not. I mean, you could save quite a lot of money and just go with the Barded Warhorse, and you could just leave the abilities there. They're not going to hurt anything. Put something like this for your lord. And again, if it was Clan Angrund, maybe you throw in the Witch Hunters, but if you want to save some money, you can just bring these Flagellants. They're unbreakable, and it's a pretty good way to just keep the dwarf busy long enough to get some damage done elsewhere. And another thing that dwarfs struggle with, remember, is that they are not good against armor. The Tempelhof Luminarch is going to be good about picking off all of their key units and then just doing some damage. And then you could always do something like this. Well, you could maybe adjust like an ability here or something to cut you enough money to pay for that last one. There you go. That would pay for it right there. So you could get 4 handgunners, the 2 Luminarchs, and then some unbreakable infantry. And this would be a big time pain in the butt for the dwarfs. It'd be a huge pain in the butt. So I mean, this would be like if I really wanted to just, and I'm not sure that this army is perfect, but I think that this would be a pretty good way to kind of dwarf trolling Empire. So yeah, if you wanted to be like, so I mean, just thinking about different ways. So again, the dwarfs lack a lot of mobility. If they do bring gyrocopters, I've got 4 handgunners, and the gyrocopters aren't going to like that one stinking bit. And this is why the Empire can be such a pain in the butt, because they can really play against the weaknesses of just about any faction. And with the dwarfs, it's mobility. And because you'd have 2 of these Luminarchs, they would be blasting away at your, and even the magical or the ethereal units, or I said especially the ethereal units, are really going to hate this this magical attacks on the Luminarch. And then the net is just an even bigger nuisance. And all the armor-piercing skirmishers, again, huge nuisance for the dwarfs to overcome. So just a thought. It may not work against them every time, but I'm just trying to teach you all how to just kind of think about the weaknesses of the faction you're coming up against. Do your best to pick an army that you think counters it. Obviously, it gets trickier when you're going up against factions who have more tools, like the Vampire Counts, or like the Greenskins. Both of those factions can bring a relatively diverse build that can keep you guessing, but that's part of the fun of the game, right? You just have to try and counter guess your opponent, see if you can pick a better army. Hope you all like this. Tell me what you think in the comments. I will be back soon with some more Warhammer action. HeirofCarthage, signing out.